Alright guys, so you might have noticed that there hasn't been a ton of bus content lately, and that is partially because of a couple different factors. First one is the weather. Weather here on Cape Cod has really sucked. I know it looks great right now, but last couple weeks it's been really raining and windy and overall crappy. The next big hindrance on the bus is the dash, which Dad just finished painting. We're almost at a standstill until that dash is all done. And I believe he finished painting it 2-3 nights ago, and my Aunt Michelle finished polishing and buffing it yesterday. The last reason is because we've been a little bit preoccupied with this. This is our airplane hangar. And we picked this up in New York on Long Island. Dad and I took a trip with our friend Kevin. And my dad actually lost part of his thumb on this mission, which is why there's no video of it. And we got it back here, started to put everything together. We got the rear tarp on and the front tarp on, and then a massive windstorm came on through and ripped them both to shreds. So now we're figuring out what to do with the next section, and what Dad and I have figured out is to use this angle iron here and basically make a secondary wall that gets welded up to that structure. So let me go up there. Here's what our plan is. We bought a whole bunch of this 20-foot angle iron. We're going to weld it to the sides, put some bracing from the top down and from the middle inward up to there. And then we're going to use T111 on the outside of this to give us a new rear wall. Then we're going to do the same thing over there, except it'll be 11 or 12 feet high, and then it will have a roll-up garage door, most likely a tarp for now. That way we can get our bus in, the Mustang in, and my Corvette in, and maybe a couple other projects. So that's what we're doing. The airplane hangar is 40 by 40 by 18 high, and we got it specifically to fit this bus. Because although it is cool, and I love having it on display, I would rather have it protected from the elements rather than sitting out here. The same breath, we said, well, hey, we've got plenty of room in there. So the other car that is being restored, 66 Mustang convertible, that I unfortunately backed into. That wasn't always like that. I backed the dump truck into it by accident. This car here is next up on the docket. And there's one more car inside there, but those doors are kind of a bitch to open. It finally stopped raining, or drizzling, or whatever you want to call this. So now I'm cutting some metal for the back support. That way, if I can get to it today, I'll weld it up. If not, I'll get to it this weekend. But I'm hopeful to get the airplane hangar done this weekend so I can get back to doing more bus stuff and not making a shelter for the bus. This is quickly becoming my new favorite tool. Mac Tools had some sort of deal on it, so we got it. 3-inch cutoff wheel, 20 volt. Makes real easy work of cutting this. You might be wondering why I'm cutting off just this side, and it's because it has to sit flush up against the airplane hangar structure. It can't protrude out, otherwise the T111 boards won't sit right. So it's day 2 of our 2.5 month airplane hangar build. Yesterday we did all of the back welding, all the vertical supports for the T111 siding. Today we're working on the front. So the first thing on the front is we've got to build a truss. We've got a whole bunch of angle iron down by my feet, and we're going to make 2 trusses that will weld together, 20 feet each, totaling 40 feet, and these will hold the weight of the 400-pound sliding barn doors. It's going to be a couple hours of welding, so we're going to speed through this and we'll show you the finished product.
What your mission is, I want you to watch me weld one, and you do the next one. John, can we get some of those angle iron ones, please?
Some of the angles?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Now watch. I want you to watch. Here, take your hand. Can you see the trigger in there? Bring your trigger. Okay, come over here. Now what you're trying to do is get the molten lava to join the 2 together. Okay? Alright, so you need to, don't be afraid of it. Okay? Go ahead, pull the trigger. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, get started. Wait till you see what you're doing. Hold it. Now let's go. Okay, okay, see? So we got you have a real good weld. Oh, good. Now we're going to do one vertical. Now when you first start off, it doesn't weld very well. You have to burn through the coating on the metal. It's bare metal, but still a little coating on it. You got to burn through that, and then you hold for a second till you hear that nice crispy baking frying sound. Did you hear it when you were welding? Nice crispy baking sound? Yeah. Okay, now listen to the difference here.
So you want the square so you can set it at 45?
No, just set it like this.
Oh, okay.
Set it like this. There you go. If she cut them with 13, then there you go. That's what we need. Just like that.
Great.
Okay? Now, listen to the different sound. Okay, I want you to listen this time. Okay. First is this sound. Okay. Now listen.
Sounds like talking.
Now listen to this sound. Hear the difference? Okay, one's more sounds like you're bacon frying than when you're making breakfast. Okay, so
I
here.
like it smells like bacon.
It is delicious. It's good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day.
But it does. Okay, now grab all of this. Okay, you're going to weld. First, you're going to weld a nice clean metal welds the fastest. Oh, John, you can let her go again. That's fine. Now you get a little closer too, so you see what you're doing. Let's go ahead. Get right close. Get right in close. Use 2 hands if you have to.
Like things like rub up against the metal.
No, I mean you. Oh. You as a person.
So does it smell against the metal?
Okay, yep. Now, not against the metal, but about a 1/4 inch away. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger and hold it. Okay, nice and slow. Rest the grip a little bit if you have to. Pull the trigger. Don't let go until I tell you to. That's what you've done. You go all the way down to the bottom. No, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. Hold it and stay. Do not let go of the trigger until I tell you, okay? You're going to go all the way to the bottom. Now let's go. Okay? You have to finish the weld. You can't leave a gap or water gets in there, it rusts. Okay. Now, when you get the end here, see the little end? Cut that off. We'll start again. Now we got that welded. We got to weld these. This is a little more trickier because it's got a round edge. You can't see it. Now, I'm going to do one. I want you to copy me. Watch what I do. John, give her this welder. It's right in our way. Here you go. There. Okay. Let's slide over. Slide over this way. I want you to watch underneath. Okay. Okay. We're welding this way. We got to get underneath. Now watch what I do, and then I want you to do the next same thing on the other one. Okay, you ready? Okay. Put your helmet down. Get right in there. Can you see the tip and the weld and everything I'm welding?
Yeah, I can see the tip.
Okay, ready? And that's what it should look like when you're done. You filled in the corner. See it? Now let me tack this one for you, and now I want you to do this one. Okay. Here, you take this like this. Okay. Like you see inside. Now you're doing this side. I just tacked this side. You want me to help hold? Want me to help hold it?
Yeah.
Or okay, I'll do one more. Okay, go ahead. We'll start on this side. Heel will go forward. Okay, turn up forward like this. Go pull the trigger. Hold on. Look at that weld. Is that a good weld?
Yeah.
That's an excellent weld. Okay, now come over here. This front. Take these on this thing here. Do this one. See, that's a crappy weld. See, when I'm showing you the crappy weld? See how they pop right off? Those are crap. Get right in here like this. Hold the trigger. I'll help you one more time. Hold the trigger. Look at that weld. You think it's a good weld?
Yeah.
That's an excellent weld. All right, I want you to try that one yourself. Now, the trick is not a race, honey. It's not a race. You go nice and slow. Make sure that it burns into this one and melts it, so it melts into this one. Okay? Can you see okay? Here, come back on this side so you can weld this side. Okay? Honey, come back a little more. You're sitting awkward. There you go. That's better. Have my hands down. It's over your head. There. Well, you ignite it. You get it ignited. Can you see inside there? Can you see way in there? Well, no, you have to be able to see it really good. If you have to, get right on top of it. Get right over here if you have to.
I can see it.
Okay, okay. Good. Pull the trigger. Now help you one more time. Pull the trigger. Is it stuck?
Yeah.
Pull the trigger, pull back. Pull the trigger real quick. There you go. Look at that weld. Is that a good weld?
It's okay.
That's a good weld. Yeah, I think it's a great weld.
Sometime in early July of 2023, I was scrolling on Facebook Marketplace where I find all of our great projects. I find an airplane hangar. I messaged the gentleman. He told me he wants $1,000 for this 40 by 40 airplane hangar. I showed Dad, I showed Kate. We all thought to ourselves, this thing is too good to be true. And to a degree, it definitely was.
So John, how do you feel about this project?
This sucks.
So it just keeps going from sunshine to rain to sleet to sun to rain to sleet to sun to rain to sleet, and it just really keeps repeating it over and over and over and over again. It's really crappy. I hate this weather. As you can see, we cut a little, then we screw in the top. Another panel up, 3 more to go on the front, then all the rest on the back. So we've been lifting all the wood with the bulldozer and myself in it, and then John's in the bucket truck. And I can't believe I'm gonna admit this, but that bucket truck has definitely been worth every penny. And I never wanted him to buy it in the first place. It's almost done. Well, the front is almost done. We got one more piece. One more piece. We just need to move the truck. I don't think we have enough reach. Now we're gonna start on the back. John's bringing over the wood. Hopefully this goes easier. Let's try this again, right?
Yeah. See how many more bits I can break.
Well, I broke it.
Kyle from Mac Tools is gonna be getting a call real soon. Well, this is duller than a doorknob. Okay. That one's junk.
Yay! Right?
I thought I broke it.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, ready? Come all the way up here. Coming. It's 10 feet. All right, slide it into the machine, honey. Look over here. There you go. All right. Now measure 10 feet from that side. Up and down. Not doing my knees. You ready? 10 feet right here. Okay. Start off here so you can cut that thing. Okay, now go ahead and weld. Okay. There you go. Go ahead, you got it. Stop.
It wasn't good.
No, it's perfect. It's welded. Okay, now go across this way. Perfect. Now get closer to your feet. Okay. All right. Ready? Now where do you guys want to go? Why don't you walk, Kate? Just up. Jonathan, you have another block to
I'm
walk?
fine.
So where are we going?
All the way over by the trailer.
Okay, I'm going to start down.
So this is one door. You guys probably can't see it, but in our yard is the other door, 10 feet by 20 feet. And we decided on a it's not a bifold. Picture like a closet where the two doors slide one behind each other. That's what we did here. So I'm just waiting for Dad to get back from the tow, then we're gonna mount this and get the first rail up. I just got word from Tractor Supply that our other brackets are in. So we should be wrapping this up pretty soon. And then the bus gets a home, Mustang gets a home, and Corvette gets a home, along with a couple other things, because you can fit a lot of stuff in 40 by 40.
camera died yesterday, but the doors are done. You need the level? Okay. Doors are done. And now we just need to drill a hole for another part so that when we don't have to worry about the doors flapping in the wind and breaking. And I'm grabbing a level.
No, this is stupid. We're gonna go back and hit you in the face.
No, go right in. Well, lower down a little bit there.
You better get ready to jump.
You want help?
Yeah, pick up. No, pick up. Okay, so stop there.
It's gonna drop.
Yep, right. Come on.
Ta-da!
Okay, hold up. Alright. I think we're too far back. I gotta rotate it around.
Ah, all right. Yeah. Hang on, get yourself in a position so you don't run into the door. Like that.
I'm trying to fix myself against the ending of the door. It's closer to the truss, so let her down.
Alright.
And I'll fight with this thing a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get you room to get in there. Doug, I'm not gonna.
What is he doing?
He's welding the caps at the end of the rails because, as we experienced firsthand when he got here, we rolled the door right off of the hangar. So now we're making it so that can't happen.
You want to take a measurement? This is it's 1 inch, or 1 inch and 1 1/4.
Okay.
From the, what can you see here? You measure it. I'll start welding this one.
1 1/4, just shy of one
Alright,
and a
now,
quarter.
I also measured the outside diameter of this pipe before.
Okay.
I measured the inside of that pipe to see what we got. Your house is low. Okay, there's that, alright.
It's another beautiful morning here, and now our goal for the day is to finish up the doors that we started yesterday, and then we need to get the tarp on. So we went to Harbor Freight last night and bought all of the straps. As you can see here, we bought all the straps. All of those straps are going to hold down the tarp that we need to put on and hopefully get on today, and this project can be friggin' over. What are we working on right now?
Right now we're welding the center bracket for the airplane hangar doors. That way they slide one in front of the other. We had it welded and then we realized that we screwed it up, so now we're re-welding it. But we're almost done with this project.
craziest thing about all of this is that when they took this airplane hangar apart, they did it without any machinery. I have no idea how they did this.
This is the story of how we went to Long Island, New York, got an airplane hangar by ourselves, lost part of a thumb, and made it back home all in one weekend. We started our trip around midnight on July 15th. Spirits were high, everyone was happy. We were super excited to see this thing. We were promised that there was going to be equipment and a man lift there and some other help in order to take this thing down. We were also promised that this thing was empty. That was not true. We drove straight through, we're tired, we finally got up there early morning, and we find that there's no equipment, no machinery, no hands, and the thing still had a bunch of stuff in it. At this point, we've already driven 8 hours. We're not going to turn around. We're going home with this airplane hangar, no matter what it takes. So we start working, and it is hot. It says it's 96, but it feels at least about 105 degrees. We're in an open field, and we don't even have the right tools we need to take this thing apart. My friend Kevin and I, we decided to take off to go to the hardware store to get the right socket, the only one in Long Island, New York, apparently. And then we get back. Dad had made some good progress, and we basically started just by taking off the tarps and getting it detached from this hodgepodge little building that he had it attached to. We're working steadily, it's hot, we're all getting kind of cranky and aggravated, and it's starting to be around the 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon area. So we're getting tired. We've been driving all night and we've been working all day. Well, here's where the accident happened. We get the tarps off, we get the frame exposed, we get all of the hodgepodge wiring down, and we start taking down the supporting pipes that go from one rib to the second rib. And there was a slip, and one of the pipes came down on Dad's thumb and ended up cutting off part of his thumb in a diagonal fashion. This really set the tone for the rest of the whole trip. Dad, being kind of stubborn, refuses to go see a doctor, go to the hospital. We're now stranded in Long Island, New York, with one of the smartest people I know who could take this thing apart, really injured and really hurting. So Dad does what he always does. He ignores the problem in the room and wraps his thumb up tight, and we keep working. Now, mind you, it was a little bit slower paced because he was getting dizzy, but again, he refused to stop. We finally got all of the ribs down, and we're doing this by basically dropping them. We're letting them just fall. And we're trying to use my truck as a pulley system, and we're trying not to do too much damage, but at this point, we just all want to go home. It's about 8 o'clock at night, and we finally get the last rib down. I've already called my spouse Kate and I said, you need to find us a hotel for tonight because we're not going to be done loading up until at least 12 o'clock. Well, I was wrong again. We got done loading up at about 1 a.m. in the morning the following day. From that point onward, we drove to the hotel. It's the airplane hangar it's the gift that keeps on giving. We get to about a mile away from the hotel, and all of a sudden I feel something weird with my truck and my trailer, and the whole load had shifted, and I blew out a tire on the passenger side. What's the one thing we didn't bring? A spare tire and a damn jack. So we get into the hotel, we sleep for a couple hours, and thankfully there was a Firestone right near us, and we limped the whole trailer over there. We begged them to borrow a floor jack so that we could get the shredded tire off. And then we started the hunt to find what must have been the only tire in the entire state of Connecticut that could have fit this thing. I called at least 40 different tire places, and either they weren't open, they weren't servicing anyone, or they didn't have a tire that we needed. I finally found the tire, and it was this backyard little shop. I brought the rim, and that's not the best part of this. The best part was it was raining so badly as we're changing this tire and trying to move the tire that we couldn't see more than literally 6 inches in front of us. Saying that it was raining buckets was an understatement. It wasn't raining buckets, it was raining oceans on us at this point. My truck, with all the windows up, was still getting water inside of it. It was coming down that hard. So we finally get the tire. We finally get back to Firestone where we dumped the trailer with this whole airplane hangar loaded on top of it. And we sat in that storm for the entire trek back, doing about 5 to 10 miles an hour in some of the worst rain I've ever experienced in my life. Some of the worst rain Dad has ever experienced in his life. We get back home. We don't bother unloading the trailer. Our main concern is to get Dad to the hospital. He didn't want to go. Instead, he wanted to go home, get cleaned up, and then go. we finally get everyone situated. He gets up to the hospital. They look at his thumb. They stitch it up and put some stuff back together. And then we decided to just leave the airplane hangar on the trailer for at least a week. We didn't even want to touch it. We're so discouraged with this whole trip. It sucked. Then we finally get unloaded. We get everything palletized. We get it all organized. And it has sat for the next year or so until February of 2024 comes around. And that is when we finally decided to get this thing built. Cue the dramatic opening music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I'm stuck. Look, they're 20-foot doors, okay? The bus is inside. And it fits with a foot to spare. See this? Look at this. 1 foot. Literally a foot. So this is what we've been building. This is why we haven't been doing anything on the bus lately. It's because with all of the crappy weather, we needed someplace to put this bus. And we needed someplace to be able to get some of the stuff done. So this is the airplane hangar. Kate, come up here and look at how tight this is to get this in here. Full disclosure, we didn't actually measure this thing when we bought the airplane hangar. We just kind of assumed. Look at that in there.
What the heck?
But she fits. So this is where we're going to be doing a lot of the interior builds. This is where we're going to be storing a lot of the cool projects. And we still have all of this room if my bucket truck wasn't in here broken right now, but we'll get to that later on. So, yeah. It's finally inside. It finally has its own home. There's a few more things I have to do to the airplane hangar, like add in the top windows. I have to finish adding in the lights, but before I do that, I have to fix the bucket truck because I got stuck up there yesterday. And then I need to add in the battery backup for the lights, but that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hearing the horrible tales of how this whole thing happened. And we look forward to showing you all of the next projects that happen. Thanks for watching.